Well, that was fun. So, A Haunting in Venice is the third installment into the Hercule Poirot murder mystery film series, if that's what we're calling it. I don't know what we're officially calling this trilogy, but that's the name I'm giving it for now. The film is directed by Kenneth Branagh, and it stars Kenneth Branagh, Tina Fey, Kelly Riley, and Michelle Yeoh. So Hercule Poirot investigates a murder while attending a Halloween seance at a haunted palazzo in Venice, Italy. Within the first 15 to 20 minutes of this film, I realized something that stood out significantly compared to its predecessors. And that was the production, because wow, this movie is visually and atmospherically appealing. The citizens of Venice were celebrating Halloween and the production of the costumes were great. The usage of the shadow show in the beginning of the film was done creatively, and the entire city of Venice felt so alive and immersive. Like, this was definitely an on-site location for filming, and it is point blank obvious. Now, majority of the film takes place in this haunted palazzo, and I think the film does a really good job at using this eerie one location environment to amplify the horror elements and the intensity of this film. Speaking of horror elements, its usage is done tastefully here. So with this being the third installment, the film takes a more horror style approach, and I gotta be honest, it works. Like I said, the film uses its horror elements tastefully, and not only that, it actually made the whodunit story way more interesting and also more entertaining. There are effective jump scares in this movie, but the beauty about it is that the film doesn't overdo it with its jump scares. You know, like, there's not a jump scare every single 3 minutes like some other horror films. No, it's not done too much. It's not done too little. It's done just right. Especially for this being a murder mystery. Good job. And I do like how the film handles the idea of a murder happening due to paranormal activity. I think it was interesting, and I think the film does a really great job at taking this concept and making the most out of it without making it look silly. Now, you could argue that same concept got a little silly in the end after the killer was revealed, but I will leave that up to the audience. This movie has some very unique shots in certain scenes, especially in the first 15 minutes. Some of these symmetric shots stood out so much that for a split sec, I thought Wes Anderson had directed this. Kenneth definitely took inspiration from Wes Anderson's camera style in his films and implemented it here. And I'm not complaining. The cast in here was all around fantastic. Tina Fey plays her usual charismatic self, but if she was an author, Michelle Yeoh plays a spiritualist and she was fantastic as always. And as we expected, Kenneth Branagh was the scene stealer. Every scene he is in, you are sitting there glued to the screen just wondering what he is thinking or what his next move is going to be. And when he gets to breaking down who the killer is, it's just oddly satisfying seeing his brain operate when he's in his zone. Completely off topic, but imagine these two in the same film. Whew. Now look, I know it would never happen because it would literally be impossible, but just a thought. And while I did enjoy the breakdown of the killer's reveal and the motives behind the killing, a part of me felt it was a little too easy for Hercule to put it all together. Look, I get it, he's a top tier detective, but it's like you solved this case easy. A little too easy. And I kind of had that same problem with Knives Out with, wow, I already forgot his name. Benoit Blanc, that is his name. I feel like with Knives Out, Benoit Blanc, great character, but he kind of resolved those mysteries, especially in the second one, a little bit too easy almost. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here with A Haunting in Venice. Now, maybe I'm just nitpicking and talking out of my ass, but just a thought. But overall, in the end, A Haunting in Venice is a fun time at the theater, and it is a significant improvement compared to Death on the Nile.
And enough champagne to fill the Nile.
So, plugging A Haunting in Venice into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pass zone. But yeah, that is pretty much my review for A Haunting in Venice. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about A Haunting in Venice. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What's your favorite film out of the three? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you all in the next one.
After working up the nerve, almost equal in size, I walked around with the iron for any wrinkle in time. I paid a piece of my mind for every nickel and dime, but never less than a 5 and never slept on a job. A killer crept on your squad, yet never left the garage, where your God was close enough to see the flesh of his eyes. Get to the bus. presence, what the message advised, what's a threat behind the vessels where the